Today was the 1st of February 2024, and you know the drill. First of all, let's discuss first order of business in the game. I've done a little bit of thinking for the base and the water, and I guess I'm just going to be gathering materials for that now. Don't really have an estimate on the amount of materials I need, but it's going to be a lot of stone. So I suppose I'll make a little chest for that and get started. Right after getting some more leather, because I haven't got quite enough bookshelves. But yeah, today wasn't great. Woke up and woke up a little bit late. My phone ran out of charge whilst I was sleeping, so my alarm didn't go off, which is really annoying. I didn't hear my Amazon product alarm, which I won't say the name of, otherwise it will start listening to me. So that was quite annoying. Started the charger. I was meant to be at the hospital around 11, but I think I woke up at around 10. I thought, I'm not going to skip breakfast this time. I'm just going to fucking... I'm going to mine for diamonds. Yeah, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to fucking... wait, actually, diamonds or... Yeah, let's go diamonds. Right, so we need more pickaxes. Alright, fuck. So yeah, I decided just to make my breakfast, take my time to the hospital, as the time they gave me was only a suggested time. It wasn't like an appointment. I don't have a food chest, do I? I think I do. Is it this one? Oh, kind of that one. Yeah, so I didn't really have a appointment time. It was just a suggested time. So I turned up at around, I think it was around 12:30. I left on my bike since my car is still at my grandmother's house. Since I left it there for the operation, I couldn't drive back. So yeah, I rode my bike to a shop to get some chocolate for the doctors, and I was going to get my nan some flowers because I wasn't happy with how... I mean, I guess I just threw a little bit of a strop. I did talk about this on Monday. I threw a little bit of a strop because, I mean, before I knew that I was going to get surgery on it or a small operation, I was a little bit stroppy because I was like, man, this is a simple procedure and the doctors have made my ear even worse. To the point where it looks quite ugly and I can't even put earphones in this ear now because of the doctors have fucked it up. So I was quite upset, and on top of that, my nan was just being quite unpleasant, I guess, if I had to put it in one word. Just moaning at everything, and she somehow finds a way to, no matter what we're talking about, she will slip a personal insult into whatever she's saying. And you just think, why did you say that? Why did an insult directed at me have any, like, it had no belonging in what we're talking about, but you just had to say that to piss me off. And to be honest, she's one of the very few people that, like, I really care, like, their words really get to me. You know, most of the time, like, when I'm at a job or something, or most of the time at the gym, nobody really says anything mean to me, but sometimes at work, people say something to me and I just don't care. Or sometimes even my father will say something to me and I just don't care. But with her, it's different because I would like to make her quite proud. So, and just as it happens, she's one of the hardest to make proud, and she's always fucking whinging. So it'll be a lot easier if she was just like everybody else and I didn't care what she thought, but I kind of do. And it hurts me a little bit when she just keeps fucking going on and on at me, calling me useless and shit. Her favourite adjective is called bone idle, which means you just don't move, which is not a very accurate description of me. I do move a lot. But yeah, so she was whinging at me, and I was already upset, and I stropped off basically. I didn't say anything mean to her. I just left without saying goodbye because she told me to leave, and then she didn't actually mean it, but I just left anyway. I flipped the coin. I said, "Yeah, I'm fucking leaving." And so instead of buying her flowers, which would have been weird to carry on my bike, I bought her some salmon because she likes salmon sandwiches, and I thought, hey, that's useful. I'll just buy her some salmon, and I did. She tried to not accept it, but I said, listen, take this. I'm not walking away with it. So rode to her house. She was doing her gardening. Gave her the salmon, and then I got in my car, drove to the hospital the rest of the way. Parked in the free parking. Hopefully this time I'd actually be out by the time of 2 hours, and I was. Walked into the hospital, and on the desk I saw that really. I don't think I've really mentioned her, but this one lady I've consistently seen. Pretty much every hospital visit. The first time she was really helpful when my phone died and she let me use the phone. And the second time she recognised me and she was like, I helped you, remember? And I was like, yeah, I remember. And then the third time today she just smiled at me. She's really sweet. But she was on the phone so she didn't say anything. But then when I was spoken to at the reception, the lady was saying to me that they weren't expecting me, which was weird because just as I was parking up, I had somebody call me on a no-caller ID from the hospital saying, we're expecting you. So I was like, okay. And they said, you know what, just sit down and let a doctor know that you're here. I was like, okay, cool. So I had to wait for a doctor to walk past me, and let the doctor walk past, and I said, yo, I'm here, I'm on call for like a weird appointment. You guys know I'm here. They were a little bit confused at first, but they sorted it out in the end. I'll say that, oh shit. Obviously the waits are bloody atrocious, and the waiting rooms are way too small. But once the wait is over, I think you really can't fault them. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess you can because they made a huge deal with my ear that didn't really need to be a big deal. I mean, of course, part of the responsibility is mine for not going fast enough from it first swelling up. But yeah, the treatment I got once I got past the waiting stage was fantastic, I think. And yeah, I got it all for free, which is just fucking amazing. I'm probably going to have to pay the parking fines, which that's not even anything to do with them. They sold their parking bays privately. They sold it off to a private company, so that's nothing to do with them. But yeah, it's a little bit of a stinger, but whatever. So yeah, I was waiting in the room for a little bit. Unfortunately, the doctor that I wanted to see, I think he must have been on his lunch break or something. If I got there at 11, I probably would have seen him. But his junior doctor that followed him around walked in just after, and I gave him the chocolate. And at first he rejected it. I was like, listen, dude, I bought this for you, right? Take it. And he took it. But yeah, so some other like Arab dude was looking at my ear. He just took me to just get rid of me, basically, to get me out of the waiting room. And he had no idea what happened. I said, hey, I just had this operation on Monday, and I'm here to get this taken out. So I mean, man, he kind of beat me up. You know, he was like really squeezing it. I don't really think he understood what it was, because it was called the ENT, ears, nose, and throat. And I think most of their day is involved with like people's ear canals, nostrils, and you know, in their throat, right? That's what most of their day consists of. But the swelling around the ear cartilage, I think, is far less common. So this guy, I don't think he should have been handling my ear like how he was. He was folding it, squeezing it, pushing it, which is how you actually get cauliflower in the first place. So after he took the thing out, he was really beating me up a little bit, and it fucking hurt, man. Because my ear is extra sensitive now. It's had this fucking wire running through it for a few days. And he was just pushing it, and yeah, it was quite painful. And after I looked in the mirror when he took it out, you know, it doesn't look great. It looks a little bit better since before the surgery. To be honest, I had my expectations a little bit higher, because with this small, I had this little blue thing that was holding the swelling down, and with that on my ear, covering the bad part, obviously holding the swelling in, around the ear looked completely identical to my other ear. So I had my hopes quite high. I thought this is great, the ear's going to be normal again. It's definitely not normal, it's pretty fucked up, but it's better, and you know what, I kind of like the look. It's still cut to shit. All of the cuts are still visible. Maybe they'll heal, maybe they won't, because there's like 2 different huge, obvious, very pronounced cuts that are still bleeding, actually. But I'm going to stay on my antibiotics. I really don't like this. This antibiotics makes my saliva stink, you know, I really hate it. I hope that doesn't follow me after I stop taking it. Because it's like, you know, I mean, I guess maybe you guys can't relate, but there's like, with a lot of old people, every so often you get an old person who's like, their breath is absolutely fucking atrocious. And it's like, not only the smell, the distance. It's like, how can I smell it from that distance? And the taste of my saliva sometimes reminds me of that smell, and that's terrifying to me because that smell is fucking disgusting. So I hope that I'm not giving off that smell, and if I still taste that kind of scent after I stop the medication, I'm going to go to a dentist and I'm going to get it sorted out immediately. But yeah, that's a little bit scary about this antibiotics. And yeah, so I walked out. I was actually quite sad that I didn't get to see the other main doctor. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna miss those 2. They helped me out. I appreciate it. And I mean, I should never really have gone to the hospital. Really, I mean, I didn't actually notice that I had cauliflower ear until a few days later. It was very small at the start, and then it got knocked big time at training, and then obviously it was very painful. But yeah, I didn't really handle the situation very well. I didn't notice it early enough, and it was much more it was a lot more aggro than it needed to be. But you know, I learned now. And yeah, that's it really. Came home. Well, actually, I went back to my nan's house because I still had my bike at my nan's, and I thought, shit, I wasn't very clever about this because now I have to choose whether or not to take the bike or the car back. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the bike back because I need to take the bike to the station to go and do all my errands and whatever. And before I did, I had a soup and a salmon sandwich at my nan's, which is fucking lovely. And no, she was still in a whingy mood, you know. So I kind of cut my time short with her. I don't know why. Recently, she's been really whingy and unpleasant to be around. And that is quite rare. I usually fucking love being around her, but now she's just fucking like absolutely just drainy. You know, it's horrible. And I mean, of course I say, Nan, look, I love being around you, but when you're like this, you're not fun at all. And then she'll just, I mean, I do say this to her, and she'll just, you know, she'll just arrogantly say, oh, well, you're the problem. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, she does point out the faults that I definitely have, for sure. Maybe she exaggerates them and makes a big deal out of them, like, 'cause she thinks it's disgusting that my room's messy sometimes, but I'm a 21-year-old man, you know, it's kind of normal to have, like, socks on the floor sometimes, you know. So she does exaggerate a little bit, but, you know, I guess I have to word it differently. Sometimes, most of the time, I love her being around. Recently, the last few times, not exactly excited, but obviously love her to bits. So yeah, after that, I came home, and she had this crunchy nut. If you guys know what crunchy nut is, it's pretty good cereal. Crunchy nut chocolate. It's probably on taste. It's probably my #1 cereal on taste, but it's probably not very good for you. It's got soy in it, I found out, and it's very expensive in a very small portion, so I very rarely get it. But in my opinion, it's one of my favourite tasting cereals now. And I basically destroyed the whole box because my nan had it and she said, I won't be needing this, you can take it home. So I took it home, destroyed the entire box in one sitting, and whenever you eat some crap sugary food like that, you feel very lethargic and tired, which I did. Fell asleep on the couch. By the time I woke up, I'd originally agreed to go to my friend's house to do some jiu-jitsu drilling at his apartment. I've done this many times in the past, but today I thought, mate, you know what, I mean, I'm going to travel all this way and somebody might clip my ear again. So I just text him, hey man, I'm not coming today. Thanks for the invite. See you soon. You know, I think the distance always plays a big factor into my head whenever I'm contemplating not going to a session. You know, if I live close by, I would just watch, and even if I didn't take part, I would just watch. But it's such a long fucking journey for me, you know, everywhere. I've tried to train at all the places closest to me, but they're all shit. And it's a very long journey just to sit there and not really take anything away. But yeah, so I said no to that, which I felt guilty for later. And I really had I had nothing firing off in my head today. I did force myself to do a little bit of work, but it was very much forced. I replied to some of the messages on Fiverr. I made myself send 10 messages last night, and the messages, you know, I didn't really look carefully, but a lot of these people had been inactive for years, so I obviously wasted time messaging those fuckers. But some of them have replied, and I've sent them the PDF. At first I thought the PDF wasn't complete, but I realised the point I needed to edit I'd already addressed earlier in the documents. That was fine. Sent those PDFs off, check on the replies now. And yeah, I also called an old friend of mine who I've trained jiu-jitsu with many years ago. He doesn't train anymore, but I still keep in touch with him. I consider him to be one of my best friends, although there's been some points in my life when I do question, you know, everybody talks about red flags with girls or romantic partners, but I think sometimes red flags with friends are a thing too. And he's quite a troubled dude, and sometimes he shows some red flags, and you know, I won't talk about them now, but you know, I just keep those at the back of my mind. Even though he's so much fun to talk to, he's the funniest geezer. He's probably one of my funniest friends, I think. And I do enjoy talking to him and sometimes playing games with him. He is very ambitious too in the business side of things. But, you know, I keep these things in the back of my mind, some of the stuff he's done to the people he knows, and it does worry me a little bit. But I FaceTimed him, and he put me onto his dad, who I used to see his dad every now and then, hadn't seen him for years. So it was cool to speak to him again. And I don't really know what his dad does, but I do know that his dad retired pretty early. He has a nice Maserati, and he moved out into his holiday home abroad. So he does quite well for himself. I'm not sure what, and he has this online store. Now he's retired, and apparently he's not even running any ads to it or anything, but he's making sales on these products that he's just practically just using arbitrage. He's not making the products, he's just fucking buying and selling. And they say they want me to be a part of it and help fulfill orders. Since I live in the UK, they live abroad. They want me to be a part of it and find new products for them. I said, yeah, fine, I'll do that. I'll find new products, I'll fulfill the orders and see where that goes. I mean, with the guidance of somebody like him, a much mature, experienced businessman, you know, that could be really awesome. At the same time, this one of my friends has had lots of ideas in the past that have gone nowhere, so I haven't really been that excited for it. But you know, this one has some potential, and now this is slightly different because his father's involved, who's obviously very experienced, managed to get himself a nice house abroad and a nice car. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. After putting the phone out with him, as I said, I was just really crap today with work. I've been, you know, the other day on my Modafinil I felt fantastic, and I've only got 4 tablets left now, so I'm thinking, how the fuck am I going to get more? It's a little bit of a problem. I've got some American friends, I might ask them to buy it from good places and send them to me, but then could they get in trouble for that? I don't know. They might actually get in trouble for that. I'll have to outweigh my options, otherwise I have to buy it off some weirdo on Reddit, and that would fucking suck, you know, because if I get like fucking, if they just try and be cheap and they put some shit ingredient in there, kills me, you know, that's not good, is it? But yeah, I felt amazing the other day on it, and after a slump of not really feeling that much, you know, it's just huge for me. Yeah, played some games with my mate, watched some YouTube videos. Fucking hell, I feel my ears. I just feel like, I think there's wax coming out of it. It's disgusting. um, yeah, played some games with my mate, and yeah, work was really shit today. I didn't do shit. But I thought by the time I got back from the hospital and everything, it was quite late. I think what I need to do more of is I need to chase up some of these contacts that I already have, with the idea of referring and putting the idea in their head of selling by auction. And I guess I just need to come up with a better or a really good system, because I already have so many contacts. I don't want to waste these opportunities by just having shit pitches. So I need to think about that more carefully, and maybe craft a really, really watertight kind of pitch, putting the idea in somebody's head and making them go through me. Once I've perfected that, mastered that, you know, I'll be laughing. So yeah, I guess I'll have to make some ideas up there. See what people think, and yeah, try it out ultimately. What else? And yeah, to be honest, I just gamed too much, and yeah, I mean, as I've already said, you know, it wasn't a tremendous day with any big steps, and yeah, I just felt really. I didn't feel crap like physically, but I just felt, you know, I didn't feel like I was flowing. That sounds very hippie, but yeah, didn't even. Yeah, it would not been a great day for that. I really tried to force myself to work, but I was just getting nowhere. And yeah, it was just one of those days. I really don't like it. But tomorrow, I think I'll go to train. I might. Oh shit. Tomorrow, I might go to the early training, get my hair cut, take modafinil, work. That's what I'll try to do. Okay. Usually I don't take modafinil that late, but I think I just will do it, and then spend that time just doing more work or something, because I won't be waking up early on the Saturday, so maybe I'll try. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure it all out. Let me enchant something before I leave. What am I? Did I make boots, or do I keep telling myself that I made boots? I don't think I ever have. Make some books as well if I can't enchant anything. Okay. Damn. I'm gonna kill some mobs to enchant them. Okay, hold up. So yeah, this base is gonna be pretty dope. I'm gonna use obviously the chisel and bits mod, but I'm not gonna go too serious with it. But it's just gonna be really nice touches. It'll be very subtle, and make people think, oh, I didn't realise there was a stair in that block. No, there isn't usually, but I've been clever and used the chisel bits mod. I looked a little bit in today into doing these book summaries that I've been talking about doing myself, and I think a lot of these websites, but obviously book summaries are a popular idea, saving time instead of reading a book in its entirety, but still taking away their knowledge. But a lot of these people have already beat me to it and made websites where you have to fucking pay to look at these book summaries. Fuck, man. But yeah, I guess I'll have to, I don't know, find maybe some blog posts for free if I can be a little bit cheeky, or just, I don't know, or just take the dive and fucking pay for one. I don't know. I might have to make a separate channel if I was going to do book summaries. Maybe O1 Faris or something. We'll see. It's going to take me too long in killing mobs to get to level... Oh no. Are you serious? That's fucking ages away. So yeah. Oh, I also realised, I mean, I think I said this a while ago. When I was listening to a book summary of Think and Grow Rich, they, Napoleon recommends that, Jesus, my ear is really itchy. He recommends that somebody would have a bi-weekly meeting with anybody in the organisation. I thought that's a good idea. Who's in my organisation? Me. So I was going to have 2 bi-weekly like summaries of what I've achieved so far in the week, and obviously that's Sunday and Wednesday. And I missed yesterday, so let me just recap Wednesday. Okay, let me recap Monday to Wednesday. So Monday, had an operation, went to the hospital in the early in the day. Turned out to be an all-day thing, not ideal, but you know, it happens. And happens. And had the operation, experienced some of these drugs for the first time, which is quite interesting. Came home, ate lots of food, went to bed. Next day, I think the very next day, yeah, that's when I took the modafinil, which is quite silly actually. Maybe it was the modafinil linking with the other drugs that made it feel extra effective or something, but I suppose I'll find out. Yeah, then Tuesday, Tuesday was a pretty great day. I did a lot on Tuesday, and that was only 100 milligrams of modafinil. If I have another early morning where I put 200 milligrams of modafinil in my tea, that could be fucking crazy. And yeah, as I said, I need to do that, and I need to make sure my efforts are focused to 1 or 2 tasks instead of lots of different tasks. Oh my god, I still haven't done that crypto thing. Oh, you fucker. Oh, I'm gonna have to redo this whole fucking ground, I think. I'm just gonna redo the entire thing. I guess, yeah, this whole island is gonna be wiped, and I'm gonna have a whole new idea for it. I haven't really started thinking about the island yet. Let's make my base on the water first. So yeah, the bi-weekly meeting, so had surgery, had a good Tuesday, did a lot of work. Wednesday wasn't fantastic, was it? I went to the morning training. Guy slapped my ear, that really hurt. I had lunch with some of the guys, came home, did a little bit of work, but not much. It was too late to take modafinil by that point. So I'm gonna, oh shit. And I don't really like training after taking modafinil or too shortly after taking modafinil, so I guess, I mean, it's weird because ideally I want to train in the morning, but I guess I mean, you might think you take modafinil, work, and then train in the evening. Training in the evening is when most of the hobbyists arrive. It's very busy, and people kick each other in the head because there's not enough room. So maybe I need to restructure. Oh no, but then what I'm thinking now is waking up, doing the morning training, and then coming home, not caring that it's almost 3 o'clock, taking modafinil, working, and then almost not sleeping. I suppose I'll try it and see how it goes. In my experience, modafinil makes it very hard to sleep. But on Tuesday, I actually had an easy time going to sleep. Just around 10 to 12 hours after taking modafinil. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I could work on that. Maybe not. No, don't blow up. I'm really just bluffering now, just to carry on playing Minecraft. But yeah, not a fantastic day. And plan for the rest of the week. Obviously tomorrow, I've already spoke about the plan for tomorrow. Saturday, Sunday, working at the restaurant, where I'm going to see this wonderful girl, which I'm very excited for. Hopefully I don't say anything stupid. But yeah, that's it. Let's kill these two skeletons and I'm done. Thanks for watching.